Tangible assets, maps. Walter Graham Arader III is one of the nation, indeed one of the world's great dealers. Controversial. This is what rich guys do. They get a map. He's here with us and with maps. He brought Caleb Map Slave along with him to hold the maps up. There's a map. Let's talk first about you're at Yale, you're bored, you're a loser student. You walked into somebody's library and there were maps, and it was just like that, right?
Mr. Vitor at Yale turned me on to them. He excited me about the discovery period in the 16th century. That was 40 years ago, and I've never stopped.
What's an average map cost? If I walk into your many stores and I'm a hitter and I want to throw something up on the wall, what's the entry price?
So the American market, the entry price an average would be about $2,000. But if you go for anywhere else in the world, the average price is $300. Americans are still the great collectors.
Okay. This is important. It's a break exclusive. It's a break exclusive. You can buy fancy maps. You don't have to be all the big names you talk to. Give me an example of a map that's like $3,000 or whatever that I'd be proud of.
Well, the mapping of the United States in the 19th century, there are maps of almost any state you can think of, profoundly important, is going to cost you way less than $3,000, maybe under $1,000.
Okay, this map up on the screen here, the New England map. This is, I believe, John Smith. You had a beard like that in college, I know, Graham.
I hope
What is this map we're looking at?
This is Captain John Smith's map that shows the name New England for the first time. Lots of names. Plymouth for the first time, Boston for the first time. And it's this braggart sort of trying to get English settlers to come to the New World and settle this area with them.
Is there one of those?
There are probably about 50 of those in existence.
Okay. Are they 50 all quote-unquote real, or with your work putting people in jail for forgeries? Do I know if I go into a dealer anywhere that it's the real deal, or could there be forgeries of that?
There are lots of forgeries, lots of reproductions, lots of re-engravings. There are about 30 things you look at to tell if it's right. But basically, you need to find a good dealer or a good librarian to steer you clear.
So what's this one cost? This is not $3,000.
This is $145,000. This is the fourth state. It's a very fine impression, and it's the key map for anybody that collects New England.
Caleb, map guy's holding on to dear life. This lovely colored map up here. It's suitable for framing. That's an old Three Dog Night album. What is this gorgeous map we're looking at here?
This is Ortelius's map of North and South America, which speaks to the power of Philip II, who controls all of Europe with the money he gets from Mexico and from Peru. So this is a map that's all about the money, the natural resources that he's raping from South America to finance Europe.
When you look at these and when you talk to the big hitters, what's the vogue right now? What's in? What's like top of the market, stupid money?
Well, the most important maps in American history that show tremendously important information for the very first time. Does it show it first? And if it does that, collectors are willing to pay almost anything.
When I visited your studios, you were talking about some wonderful maps from Virginia. That the Library of Congress is looking at.
Well,
those are old maps of Virginia, right?
They're original manuscript maps that were so important that the news that they were even being drawn drew settlers to Northern Virginia and had it settled aggressively. So they don't get more important than that.
Okay, here's another map here. It's another color. But what was the last one worth?
The last one was worth about $18,000.
Okay, Jim, don't drop it. That's around. That's, you know. What's this one?
This is the second map in the series of the continents, and basically this shows the control that Philip has in the Indian Ocean. He takes over Portugal in 1580, and again, he doesn't rape gold and silver this time. Now he's taking mace, cloves, nutmeg from the island of Banda. So he's taking all the spices from the Indies and bringing them to Europe. So he's making money two ways.
Who was that map made for? Was it made for a rich guy in Delft that didn't know what to do with his money?
That was made for Philip II. That is
made for the king.
The King of Spain, who's the dominant force in Europe in the second half of the 16th century.
Did we know latitude and longitude then?
We did not. That comes in the 18th century. That comes 200 years later, and that's the way that they had good clocks then. They needed a good clock to be able to determine longitude. They had a good idea for latitude.
Yeah, okay. Let's show one more map. Pull that down here just because of time. Right now, when you look at the market, I believe we had a financial crisis. You had a wonderful auction at Sotheby's where you made millions and gave a lot to charity. Great. How nice of you. Are we back to business as usual?
No, there is no middle class left in this country that's collecting. They're still hammered. There's no upper middle class left. It's only the very wealthy collectors that are moving this market, and they want the best. But regular guys are still out.
This map looks cool. This has no color, which means it must be worth more. What's this gem worth?
This is $650,000. This is, I mean, have you ever met a Canadian you didn't like?
Don't drop it,
Yeah.
okay? Break exclusive. Don't drop it, please. Don't drop it. 650,000.
Yeah, this is Samuel Champlain. So this is where all Canadians come from, and so it's the key map for any Canadian to have because it shows the genius of Champlain. He was an ethnographer.
Eric Schatzker's not. Eric could buy this. I could see this.
Have you ever met a Canadian you didn't like?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have.
But no. Look at this. So this is the first map of Champlain.
This is Champlain's first map that shows his incredible discoveries and settlement down the St. Lawrence River. This is the best. This is what everybody wants because he draws it, and he's showing the ethnography, the Native Americans, the botany, the fish,
Right.
everything.
You do birds as well,
I love
Audubon and all
birds.
that.
Audubon keeps me alive.
Are they still booming and all
Thank God
that?
for Audubon.
Audubon saved the business as the middle class walked away.
I'd be on the corner with a cup.
Okay, we got time for one more. Read this. This is a big deal, folks. It's a personal deal for me, as I knew Seymour Schwartz, the great surgeon, years ago in my hometown, and he just one day decided to write about maps. Graham, read this. The Mismapping of America today. Seymour Schwartz. Who is Seymour Schwartz to map pros?
Seymour Schwartz has written 5 books about the mapping of America that are the definitive references. He is a great man. He's probably going to give his collection to the University of Virginia if they can handle some humidity problems in their library. And I've been trying to buy his collection from him for years, and he refuses to sell it. He just wants to do the right thing. He wants to give it away. He's a great philanthropist.
Okay, Graham Arader, thank you so much.